Hey everybody. So, on my birthday, May 14th, 2020, I was intrigued by Yogananda, who was the yogi that brought that to America and let it become widespread in the 1900s. And there's still a lot I want to learn about him. But what stood out to me was how he talked about him being of a spirit into a physical body, where he tapped into that energy and he was just flowing with it. And so it intrigued me because I always thought that way, but to hear somebody say it just fascinated me even more and confirmed things that I intuitively believed in. And really it's always talked about and all around us if you listen carefully. But when I did that, I started to move and dance really well. I never used to dance, and then I got the crowd wild throughout the past several years, and it's crazy. I never really watched tutorials at all, ever, and it just comes out the way that I intended to make it look good and entertain people. But it also made me feel good to flow with the music notes. And so on my birthday, a good friend came through, and for some reason, because I tapped into spirit consciously, I had my friend shine his camera flashlight on me because I was trying to find something where it was dark. We had a bonfire, but the fire could only have done so much. And so for some reason, when he shined the light to me, I looked at him and I metaphorically was saying that he was the light and I was the crystal child, because my friend's grandfather said to me that I was the mystery crystal child, which really intrigued me, because I always have been fascinated by quartz crystals. And if you look deep into it, it's all around us. It's in our technologies, and it's always, something in nature inside of the earth and all over is used for technology. If you think about it, the ancients were very intelligent. And so I said that because when he shined the light to me, I had thought about the image in my head about the Pink Floyd album cover, the prism. I still have yet to understand that, and I want to get deeper into understanding it. And if anybody knows more about it, you can comment. I'd love to talk about it and learn from y'all. But because my friend shined the light to me with his camera of his phone, it was like a symbolism of him being a light in my life, where I was just a piece of a crystal that would shine rainbows because I loved the color rainbow. I post a lot about it because of chakras and just my natural intuitive drawn to it, I guess. I'd see I don't really know much logically, but just I tap into spirit, it just flows. And then later on in life, it makes a lot more sense when I actually put the time and energy to do some research, getting deeper within. And so I realized that what I was doing the past several years and really throughout my life has been installed in a hard drive of my subconscious mind since I was a child, with the whole microphone telling my grandfather to draw a microphone for me. What 8-year-old kid does that? Most of the times they draw cars and stuff. And my father likes to sing karaoke. My father loves and is obsessed with microphone. He's gone through 200 of them, man, throughout my life. Just different brands, better this and that. I'm just like him. Here I am holding this to speak my voice to the world. But anyways, from a microphone comes the camera laying around. My uncle, he likes taking pictures, not even really a big thing. It was just casual. I wouldn't even say it was a hobby because he just left it laying around, And then from a camera to a camcorder, my father, we made movies, me, my little brother, and my cousins, when we were kids. But leading into adulthood up until this point, when it was my birthday, I had received a furlough check, $800 a week, and not gonna get deep into the finances, but I was prospering in 2020, and I was very blessed to be able to afford this equipment. And from what started as a hobby to vlogging, naturally throughout my life, turned into an opportunity, a key. And this camera cost a 369, you know, Tesla's number. I could go on about it. I started watching The Matrix, you know, and the key maker was an older Asian man with glasses. And I joked about being a key maker, but then when I looked at things deeply, my camera is 369, the keys to the universe, key maker, keys to the universe, which I metaphorically was thinking key to opportunities, and it opened up doors because I followed my purpose and my heart and soul in life. And things have been rough at times, and it's been difficult on this journey, but it is worth it. And sometimes you deal with difficult road bumps 10,000 times and realize you're not getting anywhere. You're just being slowed down. And so, you know, you'll know when that time comes. But this path has been definite that this is my path, and I stayed the course. And so I thought about the rainbow, and I thought about the prism, and I thought about the light, you know, shining awareness into places you couldn't see in the shadows before that was already there. And that was what was happening in my life when I tapped into speaking my own truth and really tapping into my power. I stopped dimming my light to make others comfortable. So therefore, it was like getting me out of my comfort zone to leave the house, the castle, and to pursue my dreams regardless of what my family and the naysayers were saying. I knew in my heart that this is what I wanted. And each time I step out of the house and into the world with millions of galaxies and realities, it just meshes into a lot of confusion at times, you know. There's too much distraction and noise, but I always manage to get deep into my roots with nature and silence and isolation with a good balance in life. So then I thought about the rainbow, going back to shine the light. If somebody in my life was a light in my life, a positive person, it would create my rainbow, my chakras to align, my energy. And it just, as a cameraman, I bring a vision to the physical reality. So in other words, what I'm creating now, I'm sharing with the world to see, video and audio. And then yesterday I was connecting with my boy Ja, who I found out was a very genuine, I always knew was a genuine person, but what was interesting to me was we had a deep conversation that I didn't realize I needed. And it was about Egypt and spirituality, deep things, and it was a breath of fresh air, as opposed to just a simple, you know, conversation I have daily, which I don't mind as long as it's positive and people are respectful. But he had talked to me about all these things that I needed to hear, and you know, how these things don't really matter at the end. You know, we got to keep planting the seeds for tomorrow by owning the moment now. And that's where I'm at in my life. I keep seeing a lot of difficult road bumps, and I keep making mistakes. Before this Valentine's Day party at the club started, I bumped my pinky toe on the bedpost, and I was ready to dance, man. I'm ready to get my boogie on. And surely enough, I woke up the next day, and you know, my pinky toe was bleeding, man. And once I got to that point where I wanted to dance, my foot was hurting, and it's just interesting to me. What that taught me was awareness. Like, you touch the hot stove once, you don't want to touch it twice. And so that's basically what life has been teaching me, to really be self-aware. I can go off aloof sometimes, but many of us can. because of overwhelming stress and etc. And I'm trying to find that balance again by sharing this video and sharing with y'all what I've discovered in my life. I really think life is too short, and to not be self-aware and aware of my surroundings and things. And a lot of times I question the meaning behind why things don't work out. And in my observations in life, I realize that a lot of the things that don't work out is meant to not work out. And if I keep pushing it, it's just going to cause a lot of suffering. So I hope that helps somebody out there. And if things were meant to work out, things will, between you and people. I've been seeing some things happen the way I wanted to happen, slowly but surely. You know, I stopped chasing after women and kind of just wanted to follow my purpose, be myself, and be in peace and happy, and just creating a friction, a magnetic vibration to where if I was felt by somebody meant to be in my life, they'd come to me. And if they're not going to approach me, I'm going to at least approach them one time and just plant the seed and walk away nonchalantly. Nice to meet you. And what I've been seeing is people becoming more drawn to me in this principles that I've lived in. And many times I thought it was a curse where I would come so close but still come so far. And I think the meaning I will put behind that is, as long as I'm a young man, healthy and living, life is going to be long, and it don't stop till the casket drops. So therefore it will feel infinite, because I have lived a short period of time and I will live for a longer period of time. So I just gotta enjoy the ride.